Hello everyone. Welcome back to another one of my book reviews. Today I will be reviewing Jack Kerouac's On the Road. It was an okay read. It's heralded as the defining, sorry about that. I need to be sure it goes away. Defining book of the Beat generation, or the Beat, the children of the Beat. I'm not sure if there's a connection with the term beatnik in that, because it's from the 50s, and it's well before like that big hippie movement. But to me, if it describes a class of people or a group of people that share similar personality traits or ideas, this will sound crazy, but to me, it just feels really irresponsible. And it feels very it's about a book about a guy. He goes on these huge road trips, hitchhiking, busing, by a car, bumming for gas money, not having enough money to proceed in the journey you want to do, and having to plant down and work, farm or something to make scrap money to continue your journey. And it's just, I feel as if that I can't quite analyze it without really understanding the era it came from. Now, he decides, I think it's about 4 trips. The first trip's the most interesting. The second trip's the second most interesting. The third trip is kind of non-interesting. And the fourth trip, it's pretty interesting. Instead of going across America, they decided to go into Mexico. So that one was cool, but that one was they keep trying to recapture something that happened. I think that Jack Kerouac got such a kick out of the concept or the possibilities that he got from his first trip on the road, and it's so obvious that he's a mystic, and he's trying to find something where he's trying to pull something out of something that isn't there. And I'm not sure, I'm definitely not all about that. I'd hope that I'm more objectifying and less poetic, and I don't know why I'm comparing myself to him right now, but the characters are unique. If you guys are familiar with this book, there's a character named Dean Moriarty. And I think if you're relatively social, you probably know someone in your friends group that was a dean. And I definitely know a dean. And kind of like the life of the party, a lot of things you would talk about about that friend. It's can you believe this so-and-so? So-and-so did that. Did you see them? They just did that? Or when are they going to get out of jail? Did you hear the new news about Dean? I'm only using Dean because it's symbolic. Now, these are based on trips he actually had and went on. And, I don't know, I just really liked the first one. It seemed genuine. He obviously younger, and he was just searching, and because he was just searching, he gained a lot. He wasn't looking for anything particular. He was just kind of trying to figure out what America was or is. Now, I'm not saying I wouldn't ever attempt any such endeavor, but I don't know, there's just something about... Stop! My cat's eating all these flowers over here. Hey! You're not supposed to be doing that. I guess this book is all about nonconformity, but it seems like at the time a lot of people were doing this sort of thing. Just kind of like throwing your cares to the wind and just kind of seeing what's out there and seeing what kind of stories or experiences are just beyond the horizon, and that's pretty cool. But there's only so many. Like in the book, you get to realize that like New York's like the starting point, at least for the main character, and then there's this appeal for the West, and that part of that is like Denver, and then part of that is San Francisco, and then L.A. But like other than that, it's just huge pieces of land that you make small mention to and essentially only bring up because there's just nothing there. I don't understand the hype for On the Road. I think a lot of pretty basic grammatical rules go ignored for the sake of style, but I don't consider it very stylistic. And I'm not a purist grammatically, it's just the way he describes things. Like, everything is so read between the lines that that it's like only the characters get it and everyone else is just left guessing. But these people spent like a year away just like half the story is ecstatic euphoria, and then the other half is just sadness, and that's, he says it many times. He's just like, and then he just had the saddest look on his face, or he had the saddest smile, or he just told us some of the saddest things, and it just seems very bipolar. There is something about really letting everything go, but there's also something about, for me, that is being able to keep, and not things, but it's really, this book is very anti-relationship, and that's like friendship, that's like marriage, that's boyfriend girlfriend. It's very, it's not like it's not. I don't expect all books to paint a pretty picture, but like one of the most exalted people in the book are also one of the most wretched people. Like the main character is treated very poorly by who he thinks is the coolest, raddest, slickest dude in the book, and he like looks up to him, and he thinks that he has like he sees things in a more pure and poetic way, and so he puts him up on a pedestal. But then he gets, and I'm not going to try and spoil anything, he just kind of betrays and abandons him. Like, it's not even just this one event, or it's just all the time. I don't even feel that this book even does a great job at capturing the areas he goes to, or they go to. I don't think it even captures, like, this isn't like in 1950, like, this group of guys aren't like the neo-intellectuals, the neo-enlightenment period, like artists and writers and poets. I don't think that. It's just kind of like, let's just abandon everything we know for a while and then expect it to be there when we get back. I don't dislike the book, and I don't dislike the writing. I just don't understand the hype. I think it's worth the read. It didn't take anything from me. Not resentful I read it. It's not my cup of tea. Maybe I'll read some of the other stuff just to kind of get the gist of it. I read the whole like introduction and forward about like Jack. Before I read the book, I read everything about him and his movement and his personal life that came to this book. And so like I fully wrap my mind around the roots of this book and how it came to be what it is. And yeah, it was just, it was okay. It was okay. But that's what I got for you on the Road by Jack Kerouac. Right now, I am reading. The next book is going to be The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by Stieg Larsson, Scandinavian buddy of mine. We go way back. But Allison read these books. We both watched the Swedish films that were based off these books. And those films, by the way, are super good. So far, and I've gotten into this book, just loving it. I love the angle that it goes. It's like investigative journalism. And yeah, it seems really great. And I look forward to reviewing it once I finish. And I hope I didn't totally trash On the Road too much, but I don't get what's so great about it or its portrayal of the Beat Generation, and I'd almost, that's where I'll leave it there. So thanks for coming and watching the review on The Road by Jack Kerouac, and I will see you guys later.